How do good governance, an effective and strong management team, and a deliberately planned growth strategy, together with an effective monitoring and remediation strategy, contribute to the success of a project? These are some of the points I will highlight as I discuss the success story behind Women Development Initiative, or simply WDI. Interestingly, this group started with 15 women who came together to set up an NGO with the primary focus of dwelling on health initiatives. But as they carried out their work, they realized that there was a growing need for them to economically empower the women that they were serving. So they moved or shifted from a health focus to the idea of setting up a microcredit program. And the project funded by ADF was primarily to promote the establishment and ownership by poor women of small-scale businesses, to facilitate their access to credit, and also to provide some other non-financial services to them. It was also aimed at encouraging savings mobilization by the women. This project has been successful in several areas. As a matter of fact, they met and exceeded several targets of the project. For example, the project target was to reach out to about 227 women and provide credit to them. But as at date, they have provided credit to almost 1,300 women. And the loan portfolio has gradually increased from about $3,000 to $300,000. Similarly, the repayment rate currently stands at about 98%. They've also increased the savings mobilized by the women from a baseline figure of about $2,000 to $20,000. It was also projected that 800 jobs will be created through this program, but 1,474 jobs have been created so far. Similarly, instead of the 600 enterprises that were projected to be generated, 1,274 enterprises, small enterprises, have been created and expanded. Quite significantly, Women Development Initiative emerged the best microfinance institution in Nigeria in 2005. WDI also distinguished itself by winning 7 other awards in various categories. The presentation of the awards were made personally by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in December 2005. And the occasion was the Global Micro-Entrepreneurship Awards ceremony, which was part of the events marking the International Year of Microcredit in Nigeria in 2005. And the event was organized by the United Nations Capital Development Fund, the United Nations Development Program, Citigroup Foundation, and with additional support from the Ford Foundation and the Central Bank of Nigeria. Other awards that were swept by this organization include the Best Loan Officer in Nigeria, the Best Micro-Entrepreneur with the Most Marketable Product, the Best Rural Micro-Entrepreneur, as well as the Micro-Entrepreneur with the Best Micro-Business Model. Because of the significant achievements this organization has gained over the years, one of the biggest banks in Nigeria, the United Bank for Africa, has approached WDI with the aim of working with them to be able to extend wholesale lending to people. Also, they've been able to attract additional loan capital of 13 million naira, about $100,000, from a government parastatal. More recently, WDI is already thinking about transforming into a full-fledged microfinance bank. The organization has been generating enough revenue to cover all its operating expenses, all the financial costs associated with the project, as well as to cover loan loss expenses. In addition, the returns on performing assets has been increasing steadily. You may wonder what may have contributed to the huge success of this project. One of them is the good governance system in WDI. WDI has an effective board that oversees the operations of the organization. They not only take interest in the organization, but they also take steps to actually find out how they can assist whenever problems arise. The group also has a very effective management team, people who are always hands-on. The group initially had some problems at the beginning of the project related to a rapid expansion. Because of the additional infusion of loan funds from ADF, there was a temptation to expand very rapidly. This affected them initially, but with remediation assistance from us, they were able to plan a deliberate growth strategy that ensured that they scaled up in a gradual manner, consistent with their capacity to manage the funds that they had. This group is also very receptive to remediation assistance that they receive from us. So when you advise them on certain steps to take, they're always willing to follow them. One thing we also noted with this group is that they are very timely in the submission of their reports. And I can tell you that if a group begins to delay in the sending of their reports, problems are likely to occur. And looking back, I think that one of the critical factors to the success of WDI has been the fact that of all the projects funded by ADF in Nigeria to date, this is the only group that is located in the same city as the partner office. The only one. And this means that they have easy access to us. We can always walk in whenever there are issues. And so they've benefited from the maximum access to communication that they have with the partner office. And this has really, really helped them. And that is why I support the idea of decentralizing decision-making to the very lowest level so that as much as possible we have maximum contact with the clients that we're working with. Thank you.